everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Empowering Intuitive Talk Show. I am your host, Reverend Dr. Michelle Walker, and tonight it is the first Thursday of the new month, and you know what that means. We got Miss Stormy in the house. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Wonderful. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us. And you know what, Stormy, I'll tell you what, we talked a little bit about this before. Right now, there is so much energy hitting this earth. And you know what I'm seeing in the past couple weeks is a lot of people feeling disconnected from their body, disconnected from their purpose, disconnected from their higher selves and the divine, and feeling like kind of like a little upside down, topsy-turvy. And that's really what all of my clients and people that I'm talking to are going through. And I think they're finding it hard to find their center and to take care of themselves. And the other thing I'm seeing is all these energies hitting the earth and people not prepared for their shadow stuff, their shadow work, and it is coming up like in your face, like we're going to deal with this now kind of stuff. What have you been seeing in the past couple weeks?
The same thing. And I think that I've been encouraging everyone to just have a new perspective about the cognitive loop that they're in, because a lot of this stuff has happened before. It's going over and over and over again. Boring. It's boring. Let's change it. Let's go to the next timeline and let that stuff go, process it finally, and you guys see it a different way. Yeah. Boring.
Yeah, for sure. And that's actually, a great way of putting it, because like as those layers of the bloomin' onion come up, as we grow and we heal some things, our perspective can shift, and it's not as intense. But for whatever reason right now, things are pretty intense for a lot of people. So if you're feeling like this, just remember that you do have the power to shift things. So you've got to sometimes take it back to basics, right? You got to take it and do some good self-care. Meditation is always a really good thing to do, because it not only connects you to you and your higher self, but it calms that monkey mind, allows you to be in the receptive mode, which is huge right now. Because sometimes we just think we know best and we can just go and do, but we really don't. And it's easier to be in the receptive mode and allow your divine team to help you as much as possible, And you know what else I've been hearing a lot? And this I found fascinating is when people are talking about psychic abilities. They think it's a gift and that just only the select few have. And when I explain, everybody has them. You're born with them. It's your God-given right. It's just whether you develop them, how strong that they can be. And that concept kind of blows everybody's minds, but try to go back to the basics of that, and developing your intuition, your psychic abilities helps you build your connection to your higher self and to your divine team.
Absolutely. Trust your intuition. I bet you any money that everybody already knows the answer. They want validation. And it's great. It's great. Reach out for that validation, whatever makes you feel strong. But everyone has your psychic ears are right behind your physical ears. When you hear clairaudient, clairvoyant, I have a lot of clients too who have gifts that are they're so gifted and so powerful. I thought, man, if we could ever get all these women together, we'd be like unstoppable. maybe that's what we're
let's figure out how to do that and use that power for good, right? I love it.
Yeah, for real.
But it's funny because it doesn't matter where you live. You're going through the same things. And I think that's also very interesting. It doesn't matter your cultural belief. It doesn't matter your physical location on this earth plane. It doesn't matter if you're traveling astrally and you're bringing perspective from that perspective. You're going to be having to learn how to navigate some of the basic things here. So you're not alone. You're not alone. That was one of the big things that I wanted to make sure that we got out there for people, because just saying those words, sometimes you just need to hear those words, is that you're not alone. There's so many other people. If you really open up and communicate about that vulnerability, you'll see that there are so many people, so many people going through the same things, and we can learn from each other and help support each other. So my advice is share that vulnerability, share what you're going through with the people that you trust. And like you said, you're going to get the validation. And, like I had contacted you about a situation that sometimes when it's a situation for ourselves, we get in the way, we block it. But I think I know what it is. And, sometimes I reach out and I get that validation like, oh, yeah, that's what this is. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I
Networking,
agree.
having a network of intuitives is priceless. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and that goes back to unity. We're all connected so much more than we've ever realized. We are one. We are one heart. We are one love. Other women, when they're hurting, we can use our strength in that area. Maybe we went through that and we made it out. We can help pull them through now, and they can turn around and help someone else. And we're just sharing the love and the guidance and the wisdom. And I got the justice card when I picked one for the Everybody Collective. So, like you said before we got on, don't worry about people who are false or hurting others or being really, whoa, right now they're like in attack mode or jealousy. You know, I got people stalking me, stalker by association. This person was stalking me, so that person was checking me out. And this was like, what are you guys doing? But it's all going to level out. It's all going to even out. And justice is here. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I pulled a card at the beginning for the collective, and it's higher perspective, the cosmos, awakening, and unity. So how perfect is this card for what we're talking about? Yeah, I love it. It all comes together. All right, my dear, let's have a caller on the line. Let me see who we have here. We have Karen in Springfield, Massachusetts. Hi, Karen. How are you, my dear?
Hello.
Hi,
I'm
thanks for
doing
calling.
okay, I guess.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, we're happy to have you. Is there a particular area you would like us to look at for you?
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess finances or anything that you might see, basically.
Okay, very good. All right. So I pulled a card for you, and this is Reflective Truth. This is a really cool deck. This is Magical Dimensions. I really like this. It's about identify, self-love, and acceptance. And I feel like when it comes to finances, I'm getting that there's a self-worth attachment, and maybe this is something in this lifetime, and I feel like it even pings back to another lifetime where your self-worth was attached to financial status. And I feel like in this lifetime, that's something that you're working on as one of your core issues is self-love. Would you understand that to be true?
Yeah, I can see some of that, yeah.
So what I'm hearing is doing a lot of affirmations. Positive affirmations can really help your self-worth, and it also helps you it's almost like you say, I want this. You put your energy and your attention, and then somehow you're self-sabotaging with this pattern, okay? But I feel like this is a really great lifetime for you to clear this whole ancestral line of this. And it can begin by, have you ever heard about Abraham Hicks?
Yes.
And I think, listening to some of that, and I'm also getting Wayne Dyer also has some really good information through books and audio where you can begin to identify in the moment when you're starting to self-sabotage. It's all about identifying as soon as you can so that you can correct the thought and enhance how you're experiencing things, if that makes sense. If you can catch something early, you can correct it and move forward. What I'm also hearing is decluttering. So maybe you need to think about, we often think about spring cleaning and fall cleaning. This is a good time to get rid of the things that you no longer need. So, after the holidays, when you're, putting trees down and you're cleaning, you're reorganizing, it's also a great time to purge and let go of things that you're not using, you're not wearing, all that kind of stuff. You need to make.
I've already started doing that a little bit, so.
Awesome. So that's validation for you. And I'm also hearing
Yep.
feng shui. So I don't know if this is something that you've been interested in recently, but there is something to how much stuff you have in a space, how you have it organized, all of those things. So you might want to like get a feng shui for beginners kind of book, or talk to people, or take a course or something. There's to see how you have things situated. And sometimes just with the intentions of rearranging and clearing and getting rid of makes a huge difference in your ability to function at a very positive level, I guess I should say. If there's clutter everywhere, it's also it's stagnant energy, and when we have that also blocks us. So this is all stuff I'm getting, and it's just validation on that to go in that direction. I do see opportunity the first 4 months of the year for a big purchase. So I don't know if you're thinking about buying a new car, or some kind of vehicle, or moving, but it's a bigger purchase, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I have been thinking about a different vehicle.
Okay. So I feel like that's the time. Right now is not the time. So try to still do the work and investigate what it is that you're looking for, and then just pay attention. There's going to be some really good incentive to jump on it then, okay? Carol, what are you getting, my dear?
This is deeper than what you even realize. This is a rite of passage for you. This is a time where you've been conditioned to expect the worst, okay? So you need to calm yourself on the inside, and you watch that show up on the outside. Organize your inside, and that'll show up on the outside, step by step, bit by bit. You've been conditioned to expect troubles ahead. It's almost like you're ready for it. You're ready for anything. You've done battle before. It's not going to be like that, though. If you can shift your awareness and choose to believe that stepping into the unknown, I don't know why you're afraid to try something new. I'm a Virgo, and sometimes change can be really stressful for me, too. And, even changing inside my house, I do it, you know what I mean? Because I know that it's best. Step into the unknown, and what you truly desire will come to you. You are in a transition to something better. That's why you feel like you're unplugged. That's why you feel wobbly. That's why you're like, what's going on? What's going on? You're passing through. Remember, you're passing through. If you're going through hell, don't sit down. Keep going. Go. Keep walking. I said, if you're going through hell, don't sit down. Walk. No, I'm sorry. Right. But it feels like everything's turbulent for you right now. And the waters are turbulent, but you got to trust, stay calm, be the eye of the storm. Stay in the eye of the storm. The storm could be around you, but you're not in the storm. Okay. Even if it's all around you, and shift your awareness, expect good things, write it down, write down good things, go crazy. Like, I want to go to Hawaii for a month, or, just go crazy, make a vision board, do something fun, and watch it show up in your life. Whatever makes you feel happy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love the vision board, Carol, because I was getting that too. She needs to get the clutter out of the brain, and vision boards are a great way to do it. And also starting the new year is a great way to set that intention and, create that vision board for what you want to create in the upcoming year. Oh, well, it sounds like you have just so much coming in the next couple months for yourself. So take good care as you're going through all these fun transitions, because that's also key. I was just telling somebody the other day, if I went several months without having energy work, and I don't function well like that. So I had to get back on the board. So if you like, there's stuff like this that you know that works well for you. So do those things. Okay. Don't neglect those things. But we wish you all the best, and
Thank you.
have a happy holiday season, my dear.
You too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. All right. We have Kayla in Virginia. Hi, Kayla. How are you, my dear?
Hello, I'm good.
Good, good. Is there an area you'd like us to look at for you?
Whatever's meant for me.
Okay. All right, my dear. Well, thanks for calling in tonight. Oh, that's interesting. So we got awakening, preparing, relocation, and ascension. So I feel like right now for you is maybe you have been doing some internal reflection on where you fit in. What are you here to do? Seeking a life purpose. Like a lot of questions I feel like are running through the mind. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
And what spirit is wanting you to remember is that, you know, we have this plan that we do when we're in spirit, and then we come here. We don't realize how difficult. We do this and we sign ourselves up for a difficult life because we want that growth, but we don't realize what it feels like in the human form. And you set yourself up for a lot of growth in this lifetime. That means not such an easy life. You understand?
Yeah.
And what spirit really wants you to remember is that no matter what you're going through, it is not as heavy as you're experiencing it. Okay. And what I mean by that is we have, and I'm guilty of this as well. We have a tendency to just go so deep into our emotion that we just can experience it to these like intense degrees, and we don't need to learn the lesson. Okay. So that's one thing. And they're asking that we figure out how we can balance. We need to justify and experience it, but we don't have to stay stuck in it and feel the heaviness of it. I feel like there's a lot of like in the heart space, I feel like there's a lot of healing, and that has to start with yourself. And it's a heart-mind connection, because I feel like at growing up, you were conditioned to listening to maybe it was a parental figure that gave you a lot of negative. Would you understand that?
Yes.
And your job is to undo that and realize that even though this is a parental figure, it was their issue and their stuff, not yours. But you took it on because you didn't know any better. We do what we know until we know different, and then we do different, right? Same goes with your parents. And so remember, this is their stuff. Yes, you need to find that self-love for you to realize that. And then also to find forgiveness to them for conditioning you in that way. So how do you do all of that? There's several things that you can do. One, I feel like there is a gentleman by the name of Tom Kratzley in Lilydale, New York, that does this thing called restructuring. And I feel like that would be extremely helpful for you to really help get to the core of some things, okay? There's a lot of practitioners out there that can assist you to really kind of take one level at a time and go to the core. Because you have such a wonderful opportunity. Look at it like this. You have a wonderful opportunity. You have a lot of stuff to work with here to heal. So you have an opportunity to really heal it for good and get rid of it, okay? Not just suppress it and move on as a coping mechanism. Let's do the healing, okay? So it's all about the balance. So when it's getting too heavy, take a breather. You know, it's like if you're swimming underwater and you can't breathe, come up for air, pamper yourself a little bit, do those things that make you feel better, and then dive right back in and keep digging through. I feel like a big, huge transition is like pending. If you put the time in and do the work, I feel like it can be massive change for you, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so
That gave me
really,
chills.
I know it seems like sometimes it's endless work, but honestly, it's going to be so worth it to do the work. You deserve to do that for you, because the one thing in life is, and I don't know if you're thinking about you're wanting a different partner or you're wanting some other kind of relationship, but you have to start with you. And once you kind of heal some of this stuff, all the exterior things can shift and change as well. Okay. I do
Okay.
I do see an opportunity for a new job coming up right after the holiday. So I don't know if you've already accepted one or if you're in the process of looking or really just kind of frustrated with where you're at with a job, but I do see that's coming forward in the new year. Does that make sense?
I was kind of kind of starting my own thing right now. I'm starting my own business.
Okay. Okay. Well, I do see that if I do see that being able to take off more like after the new year, and there's going to be a lot of like tweaking and redoing and fine tuning, and that's all part of the process. Carol, what are you getting, my dear?
She's been betrayed before, and be careful whatever legal papers that you sign right now. You have some frenemies in the house, and when you get blessings, there are people who want to take it from you, and maybe you've given it before. Something that you've been holding together, let it go, tower it, because it's making, you're having to rebuild your self-worth and your self-love. The more that you do that, and you're starting out as a Page of Cups, you're learning how to love again after all this. Like, don't get stuck there, keep moving. And like I said, watch it when you get blessings. There's going to be a lot of people who want to part of it. It's like you got an Uber waiting outside and someone else wants to jump in the car and ride along with you. And that's just be careful about that. It's what I got. I get that you've spent a lot of time alone. You really thought about this. It's a new journey, and boom, you know what you want. And you're in your masculine energy when you're doing your business thing. You know what you want. You know who you are. You know what you have, and it's going to be all right. But be wary of the people around you. I don't trust them. All of them.
Good advice.
I feel it. Mm-hmm.
Trust your instincts on that, because when that comes up, that's very, very accurate. So we wish you all the best.
Yeah, I've cut a lot of people out of my life in the last year, so like I'm well on my way.
All right. Well, we wish you all the best, and thank you so much for calling in. Good luck in your business.
Thank you.
And Happy New Year.
Yeah. And thank you, Stormy, so much for coming in as always. It's such a pleasure to see you. I hope that you all have an amazing week, and I will see you all next week. Namaste.